everyone. My next guest is Michael Henderson, and he's the owner of Tapestry Insurance. Welcome back to the show. You've been on now a couple of times, and you're here to educate the people as well. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, I work in the Medicare space, as we've talked about before, and I'm very passionate about it. So thanks for having me back on. Medicare is something that not a lot of people know about until they turn 65, and then all of a sudden it's an onslaught of information. And the problem with that is people aren't insurance experts. So I work in the Medicare space to help people navigate those issues and make that transition into Medicare.
Here's what I know. A lot of people out there, they think that they know what they're doing, or they don't know that they turn they're about 62, 63, and they're going, I got to figure this out. And they'll ask their neighbor, or who did you use? And you really can't. You have to use someone like you who's a specialist in what you do, correct?
Well, yeah, the problem is your neighbor, they might be on a great plan for them, but they have a totally different situation. Their income might be different. Their medical situation might be different, or both. And so we try to match the plan with the person. So there's a plan that fits for everybody. That's what I kind of say. And you just can't learn that unless you're in the field. So it's free to talk with us. We don't charge anything. We get paid from the insurance carriers, and we represent most of the large carriers. So it doesn't matter to us what you go with. Our goal is to educate the client. It
starts with a conversation, correct?
Exactly.
Because everybody's story is different. Now, you service the entire Southwest.
Yep.
Right? So they can call you and they can talk to you. You may not be you, but you have other people that they can talk to as well, correct?
Yep. Explain that. So I have an agency, Tapestry Insurance Group, and we have agents all the way from Colorado through to Southern California. And so the whole Southwest we service. And I'm not an expert maybe in Colorado, but I have agents that are experts there. So they call in, and we will get them set up with an agent in their area.
Now, their phone number is either here toll-free or at either here or toll-free. I'll get it out. 602-541-7656 and toll-free 800-506-8810. This is a free service to you, the families out there. This is for you guys. And you know what? When I love this show. I really love my show. Why do I love my show? Is because it's information for other people out there. That's what it is. It gives everybody like you to be able to talk about what you do and educate them out there, correct?
Yeah, and that's why I love what I do, is because it's educational.
Same thing.
And I started in this business about 10 years ago as an independent agent. Well, no, actually as a captive agent with an insurance carrier, servicing Medicare clients. And, I figured if I could impact 100 or 200 people's lives myself, what can I do if I train agents to do the same thing? And so then it expanded gradually over the last 5 years, because 5 years ago I started my agency, and now we have agents educated and trained to do what I do or did, and that's impact people's lives in a positive way through making sure that they're taken care of on the correct Medicare plan for them.
Don't do it yourself. You can't do it, and you can't just go online either. People try and get this stuff done online too. Everybody calls Dr. Google, right?
Yeah. Well, you can get some information online. You can look at ads on TV, and you can call, a call center that's in Southern Florida or Alabama or somewhere. The problem is they don't know the local market. And so we have agents in the local market that know the doctor networks, that know the hospital networks, that can help them really, truly with the plan.
Now, your website is tapestryinsuranceGroup.com.
Correct.
They service the entire Southwest area. Their numbers are either 602-541-7656 or 800-506-8810. So what do we want to talk about today with Medicare?
Well, a lot of people know about annual enrollment at the end of the year. What I want to talk to people about, and we mentioned this on your show last month, is that you don't have to wait until open enrollment. A lot of times there are what they call special election periods. If you don't feel like you're on the correct plan, or you have a question or something like that, don't wait. Call now. We may be able to find something that fits better for you. We may have to wait till annual enrollment, but
you don't know until you
talk to us. Exactly. So my first message is don't wait to call, and don't try to do it yourself would be the second, which you've already said. So even though it's the middle of the year, it's it's getting into the hot time of year and people are leaving and things like that, we still want to be here to help people. So we have plenty of agents to help them.
Well, there's people that live here 24/7.
There are.
And
yeah.
everybody turns 65 at least once a day, right?
There are thousands every month in Arizona that turn 65.
Right.
And whether you are turning 65 or if you're working and you're retiring at 68 or 70, you still need to look at Medicare. Sometimes Medicare is a better deal than your employer group insurance, believe it or not. So you could still be working, not retired, but you could be 66, 67, and we might show you that we can save you some money on a Medicare plan, and you don't have to worry about those costs, save you deductibles and things like that. There's that possibility.
How about if somebody is already on a plan and they're not sure whether or not they're listening to this and going, well, what happens if I'm not on the right plan? Can they call you and talk to you?
Of course. There are, as I mentioned, special election periods, and there's many of them. I'm not going to go into all of them because so somebody could be moving into the area. They might be on a plan in California and may decide to move to the great state of Arizona, and they have an opportunity to change plans. They're not stuck with that plan in California. There are opportunities for people with chronic conditions like diabetes where they can change to a plan that manages that diabetic condition better or that condition that they have. So there's lots of opportunities.
Again, I would say don't do it yourself. My ex-husband tried that, and he thought he knew everything. And of course,
well, we all do, right?
Right. Well, we do. But the fact is that you really don't. And the only way you know is by talking to someone. It's a free service to the families out there, so it doesn't hurt. And I suggest that everyone would go up on their website. It's tapestryinsurancegroup.com. You could check them out there. You can call them. Their phone number is 602-541-7656 or 800-506-8810. They service the entire Southwest, and if it's not Michael, then you'll get somebody else who is an expert in that area.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking that, we wanted to talk a little bit about the annual enrollment plan at the end of the year, but you also wanted to talk about diabetes. That's what we wanted to talk about, and how there's special programs for people who have special needs.
Exactly. So, we talked a little bit about those plans last time, but I kind of wanted to dive into it a little bit more, and I'll just use the example of diabetes because it's a big problem.
A lot of people have it.
Yeah, according to the Arizona Department of Health Services, they do what they call the burden report every year, and diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death in Arizona for people. So it's a huge problem. And the reason I'm bringing this up with Medicare is because there are plans that are called chronic special needs plans, and diabetes is one of those needs. They can qualify to be on a plan that helps them better manage their diabetes. So
again, they don't know until they talk to
exactly.
you. And then they would call you up, and what happens? They sit there and tell you their story.
Yeah, then we talk to them. We get to know what their situation is, and through just talking and doing what we call a needs analysis, to be more formal about it if we want to do that.
What is that?
Well,
let's talk about
it's just asking questions that are important to our health concerns. Do they have money that they want to spend on a plan, or are we looking for a plan that's more economical, or what types of coverage are we looking for? What are we comparing it to if they're on a group insurance plan right now? And then we can look at that and figure out where we need to go with the plans. There's over 24 Advantage plans in Maricopa County alone.
Wow.
Plus lots of supplement plans available. I mean, it's a confusing nightmare for people, to be honest.
That's why you got to know your ABCs and Ds, right?
That's right.
It's amazing.
All the above.
Now, I wanted to also, when you talk with people and they call you up and they're talking to have this, do you do the whole thing over the phone, or do they meet with them? How does that work?
Actually, that's a great question. So I try to get as much information over the phone as we can, just so that I can do some due diligence. If they're going to meet with me personally, I do that, and then we find a place that we can meet with them. A lot of times it's in their homes, maybe a coffee shop near their homes if some people don't want to meet in their homes.
Right.
But it's at their convenience. Most people don't want to drive across the valley here to meet at our office, so we'll go to them, and that's with our agents just about anywhere.
You can check them out on their website. It's tapestryinsurance.group.com. This is a free service to the families out there that are listening right here. Maybe it's you. Maybe you know somebody. Don't try and do it yourself. Don't go and look it up online. You can't ask your neighbor either. You have to ask ask an expert. Their phone number is 602-541-7656 or 800-506-88.
If I traded it all, if I
So welcome back, everyone. We are talking with Michael Henderson, and he is the owner of Tapestry Insurance, and we are live on Facebook, so hi to everybody out there. And again, what I said earlier, what I love about my show is it's information, and what you do is educate, most people that come on, educate the people out there. And when you're talking about Medicare, there's too many different variables out there.
Tons of variables, and you actually mentioned something before the break of with your ex-husband. I had a funny story with a woman who
There's always funny stories with exes.
Yeah, I helped a woman. This was a while back, and her husband was older than her, so she was turning Medicare age, and she was using him as her expert. Now mind you, he lives in a different state, so plans vary by county, much less the state. So the interesting part is he was swearing by the plan that he was on. This goes back to the neighbor, don't ask your neighbor question. He's swearing by the plan. I can't mention insurance carriers because of legalities there, but they're all, it was a good company. It's just that it didn't serve her in this market here. And so, but she swore that she wanted this other plan. And so I had to really educate her and go through the differences and show her the cost differences and things like that. And then we gradually got to the point where we got her turn to the plan that's going to fit for her, and she's been on it ever since. This has actually been a few years ago. So people oftentimes will ask whoever their
significant other or somebody that they can trust.
Somebody they trust. It might be a doctor. It might be their CPA. It might be a lawyer. You'd be surprised at who refers me business. But the funny part is you need to get that information. And it doesn't matter to us what you decide to do as long as you're doing something that fits for you. We will help you no matter what. I've even had people that we found out that they were on the right plan. And that's good. At least
that's a good thing too.
At least I know that I've checked it out for them, and I'm secure knowing that they're secure.
Now, again, it starts with a conversation, and it's a free service to you, the families out there. So their phone number again, 602-541-7656. That website again, it's tapestryinsurancegroup.com. You can also call them toll free. It's 800-506-8810, and they service the entire Southwest. Now, when we were also talking, we went to the break because we were talking about diabetes and some people that have special needs.
Yep.
And there's a lot to talk about with that. There's other things too. So go ahead and talk about diabetes more.
Well, people don't know that there are plans available to them. That first of all, they don't know how to navigate Medicare, so they just pick a plan based on an advertisement or something like that. But ironically, here in the state of Arizona, again with that Arizona Department of Health Services burden report, we found that 20% of people age 65 and over are diagnosed with diabetes. So it's a huge problem, and that's why these Medicare plans, these companies have come up with plans that help them manage to a specific condition even better than just a regular Medicare plan. So they're helping manage those problems to keep it under control so they can lead healthy lives and productive lives and do the things that they want to do during retirement, right?
Yeah.
So that's very important. There's other chronic plans. There's chronic plans for heart conditions and things like that. It seems like the diabetes, ironically, is just a more needed plan.
Well, you said that people over 65, one in how many?
Well, over 20% as an average in the state of Arizona, according to this report. So that's a lot of people. I mean, we're in a retirement state, so you can 20% of those,
right,
depending on the county you live in, and there's some variables, income differences and things like that. But on average, over 20%. So now, the plan that they're on might be giving them good Medicare coverage. They're still getting their doctor visits. They're still getting hospital coverages and things like that. What it's not doing is helping them manage the condition, the diabetic condition, to the best way possible.
And the only way you're going to know is by talking to them. So it's a free service to you. All you have to do is give them a call. They'll meet with you. They love to meet with you. The number to call is 602-541-7656. The website is tapestryinsurancegroup.com. You can also call them toll free at 800-506-8810. I want to again reiterate too, there have people out there. Obviously, we know there's people that are thinking about, because they're turning 65, they need to call you and talk to you.
Of course.
But also there's a lot of people who are already in and already have plans that you can talk to. I want to reiterate that with them, because you might have a plan that just might not be right for you. They can also talk to you. And it doesn't matter when.
Yep.
Because a lot of people, I think, they think, oh, I got to wait till October. Is that correct?
Well, it's partially correct, because
it's so confusing.
Yeah. Well, because October 15th starts open enrollment, or annual enrollment it's called, and that's when people can change plans helter-skelter, right? There's no special election period. So everybody automatically thinks, because that's when all the carriers are advertising, and that's when all the hubbub is going on. But during this time of year, there's lots of opportunity in lots of election periods, they call them, to be able to change plans if needed. Now, that doesn't mean you need to change plans, or that some people can't because they don't have an election period, but many people do. So we just help them evaluate that. And even if we can't help them change plans now, we can still educate them on the plan that might be right for them. And then during open enrollment or annual enrollment, we can talk again.
What I'm hearing too from you is it's better to be ahead of the game.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Let's plan ahead. People that are retiring next year, I've gotten calls from people that are retiring in a year. Well, they're obviously not doing anything with Medicare yet.
Right.
But they want to prepare. They want to kind of get their ducks in a row. There's nothing we can do.
Well, you know
with
how
the
we
plan,
get when we get older. We want to make sure our ducks are in a row.
We want to prepare, right? Yeah.
Right. It's so true.
I wish I had my ducks in a row. No.
No, but it's so very true. A lot of people don't. What else would you want to leave them with today that you would want them to, just think about?
I know it's confusing for people. What I always tell people is, a lot of times they haven't made a decision with insurance. We work for a company, and we get our group insurance plan from our employer, and we choose between plan 1 or plan 2 based on maybe what it costs us per month out of our paycheck. And we don't really look at anything beyond that most of the time. Some people look at deductibles. If they really go in depth, they look at deductible, right? So when they go into Medicare, now they're getting all these books from Medicare and things like that. And it's very hard to interpret that information because it's written by the government. So what I say is we give you kind of a no frills educational approach that's going to be tailored to you. So just give us a call. There's no obligation. We're not going to pressure you into anything. We just hope to be able to help you and educate you on what your opportunities or your options are.
They're here for you. Basically, that's all what it's all about.
Yeah, that's what I say it a lot on your show because it's true. I don't know how better to put it. We're here to help, and I'm blessed to be working with the group of agents that I work with in the Southwest here because our agents are of the same mindset. They want to help people get on the right plan for them.
It's important that you understand that it does start with a story and that every story is different. That's what's really important. And when you talk to someone like Michael, you are going to get somebody who's experienced. They've serviced the entire Southwest. And so if it's not Michael, they have other people that are experienced in your area. And you said even here in Arizona, in Maricopa County, there's different plans for different people. How is that possible?
Well, every insurance carrier, you've heard all the names. I can't mention them because I have to get it all approved by their marketing departments. But every different carrier that you've heard of has their own plans, and they all have slightly different designs to them. One might have a little different cost for a doctor. One might have a gym membership included. One might have, it's just a bunch of different stuff.
So again, and you represent. You kind of represent all of them. Is that correct? How do you say that?
Well, there's hundreds of insurance carriers, but we represent what I would call the reputable national carriers. We even represent some of the smaller ones. So we represent a lot of them.
When somebody is calling, they see this one big person that they hear all the time on television and this and that. When they talk to that person that they call, who do you think they're going to want to push you into it? It's a sales pitch, isn't it?
Well, there are some agents, licensed insurance agents, that only work for one carrier. I used to be that agent. I used to only work for one carrier 10 years ago. I could only sell that one carrier. Well, I still walked away from sales if it wasn't the right plan because that's just who I am. That's why I got to be a broker where I could represent multiple plans. But not everybody's like me. They're going to say, oh, this plan's for you no matter what.
Right.
Possibly. So, because it's about they're trying to make their income.
Right.
So, just give us a call. We can help you out. I will say this. So you're not going to call into a call center. When you call these numbers that you're giving, these are my phone numbers, my phone numbers. You're going to get me. although with all the phone calls coming in, it's very busy. So please, I just want to let your listeners know, leave a message.
Right.
Because I'm the one that's answering the phone.
He's busy right now.
Yeah.
He's on the air.
Well, I'm the one answering the phone, and then I will get you to an agent that will help you. You're
That's
not
important. That's
dialing
good. I'm
into a
glad
call
you
center.
mentioned- That's
Yeah.
great that you said that. So when they call, they're actually getting you.
Mm-hmm.
Then you actually do the first conversation with them,
Yep.
and then direct them to the person in your area that works for you.
Yep.
So that you know that they're getting the right person. Correct?
The right person in the right area. So a call center, like I said, in Timbuktu, Florida. Is there a place like that, Timbuktu, Florida?
I don't know. I think they call me all the time.
Yeah, they don't know this area. So yeah.
Absolutely. Again, you want to make sure that you get somebody who knows what they're talking about. You've been doing this how long?
About 10 years.
10 years, and it's free service to you. This is no cost to you, no obligation. The website is tapestryinsurancegroup.com. Their phone number is 602-541-7656 or 800-506-8810.